Hello everyone. Today we are discussing a new chapter. Our chapter name is, you can imagine what was our new chapter. In the screen you can see different type of creatures. Okay, starfish is here, then jellyfish, then this one that is porifera. Okay, then beetle here, then tiger. So different types of organism that you can see in this picture. So here we are discussing a new chapter. Our chapter name is Animal Kingdom. Living world shows great diversity both in the form and habitat. The range of size and form among the living beings is amazing, but we know the fact. Okay, so some members live in extraordinary habitats like deep sea, hot springs, deserts, cold mountains. Okay, so the beauty and the charm the living world imparts is beyond description. Then we already discussed and studied the chapter Plant Kingdom. Here we are discussing a new chapter, Animal Kingdom. So here we are stressed the main point, that is how the animals are classified. On what basis the animals are classified. So here we are discussing all these points. Animal Kingdom is the fifth and the last kingdom proposed by R.H. Whittaker. It is very important because the last kingdom proposed by R.H. Whittaker. After R.H. Whittaker, the next kingdom, okay, maybe chance for it. So, up to the NCERT level into our textbook, we are studying that Animal Kingdom is the fifth and the last kingdom proposed by R.H. Whittaker. Millions of species of animals have been described. Hence, the need for classification becomes important. In first chapter, we discussed what is taxonomy, what is the need of classification. Okay, so what is the need of classification? Classification helps to identify or get a clear-cut idea about all the organism. Okay, so here we are discussing the type or classification of kingdom Animalia. All animals in the kingdom Animalia are multicellular. Kingdom Animalia classified into different groups. Okay, the groups based on their levels of organization, symmetry, body cavity or coelom. Okay, so here in this chapter we are discussing all these features. So these are the basis of classification. Certain features like arrangement of cells, body symmetry, nature of coelom. Coelom means cavity, the type of circulatory system. Okay, that type of used as the basis of animal classification. So here we are in this chapter we are discussing some features. In this, the first feature is levels of organization. Levels of organization. Levels of organization means the pattern of organization of cells is different in different members of Animalia. The three pattern of organization of cells are cellular, tissue level or organ system level. All organisms are made up of cells. The cells together constitute the tissues. And the tissues form the organ and the organ system. So all organisms are not well developed organ system. Okay, suppose you consider an earthworm and an elephant. These two are multicellular, but these two having their own different or basic features. Level of organization means the pattern of organization of cells. Okay, here earthworm and elephant, the size is different. So that is not a level of organization. Level of organization means first one is cellular organization. Cellular organization means the body is formed of many cells but not assembled as tissues or organs. The organisms contain many cells. That's why it is multicellular. But they are not arranged as a tissue. Okay. So that type of organs are known as cellular level organization. Example for this group is sponges. Sponges is an example for this group. So all the cells shows some division of labor. Division of labor means all the cells have their own duty in the particular organism's body. Then the next one is tissue level. Tissue level means the body is multicellular and the cells assemble to form tissues. Example for this group is Coelenterata, Ctenophora. Okay. I hope all you are studied this animal kingdom portions, a small portion in 9th standard. Then the third level is organ or organ system level. Higher level organization where the cells are assembled to form tissues, organs and organ system. So here the cells assembled to form tissues and tissues assembled to form organ. Then organ system is formed. Okay. So this is about levels of organization. Levels of organization. Then the second one is, so here we discuss first one, the level of organization. We are discussing the topic basis of classification. How the organisms are classified. How the organisms are classified. The next one is body symmetry. Body symmetry. Body symmetry means symmetry is the arrangement of body parts into geometrical designs. It may be asymmetry, radial symmetry or bilateral symmetry. Asymmetry, radial symmetry and bilateral symmetry. Then the first one is asymmetry. Asymmetry means animal with asymmetric body cannot be divided into two equivalent halves. In any plane we can't get the equal halves. Okay, so in this group include the organism Protozoa. Protozoa, what is the example for Protozoa? Amoeba. Amoeba is an example for Protozoa. So we are trying to cut the amoeba's body, we can't get the equal halves. That is asymmetry. Then the next is radial symmetry. Radial, the name indicates that the body can be divided into identical halves along a radial plane. So example for this group is Cnidarian, Ctenophora, Echinoderms. All these are the example for the radial symmetry. Ctenophores, Cnidarians, Echinoderms. Don't be confused with the examples. Next portions we are discussing all examples and all the phylum. Okay, so this isn't just an introduction portion on which basis we are classifying the organism. Then the third one in body symmetry, that is bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry means body can be divided into identical left and right halves in any one plane. In any one plane, we are getting the left and right halves are equal. That is known as bilateral symmetry. So the animals of higher phyla like annelids, arthropods, all these are the examples for the bilateral symmetry. So we discussed about body symmetry. Symmetry is the arrangement of body parts into geometrical designs. So there are three types of symmetry: asymmetry, radial symmetry and the bilateral symmetry. Asymmetry means animals with asymmetric body cannot be divided into two equivalent halves in any plane. Example for that group is Protozoa and the sponges. Next one is radial symmetry. Radial symmetry means the body can be divided into identical halves along a radial plane. So example Cnidaria, Ctenophora, like that. Bilateral symmetry means body can be divided into identical left and right halves in any one plane. Okay, so an example for that group is annelids, arthropods, etc. Okay, I hope all you can understand all these points. Then the next feature that here discussing that is circulation. Circulation. What is circulation? The movement of the blood. So someone having open type and another having closed type. Open type means in which the blood is pumped out of the heart and the cells and tissues are directly bathed in it. So there is no closed circuit, closed vessels. That is open type. In closed type means the blood is circulated through a series of vessels. That is, no, vessels means artery, vein, capillaries, etc. That are known as closed type. Okay, closed, that is known as closed type. Clear?